My night usually starts with preparing my family dinner. Tonight I'm making one of our favorites, which is spaghetti with a meat sauce, and instead of hamburger meat, I'm using ground turkey, which is just a little bit healthier. Seasoning that up, and I just do Prego out of like the big jar thing. No fancy homemade sauce here. I'm plating the spaghetti and I am adding a salad to all 3 of our plates, but I'm going to be honest, the chances of Connor eating his salad or any vegetable that we serve him are very slim. We're just trying this new thing where we are determined to get him to expand his diet, so we still serve him whatever we're eating, and that's the game plan, to just eventually get him used to it, to just wear him down, and eventually he'll eat whatever vegetable we give him. But until then, we're just trying. And then Zachary gets his chopped up in a little bowl, and sometimes I sprinkle a little cheese on his too, but not too much for him. Michael's usually in charge of serving the drinks. We all have our own preferences, and then we sit down and have a little grace, say a little prayer. Michael and I usually take turns feeding Zach during dinner. Sometimes if it's something a little bit more finger friendly, we'll let him feed himself, but spaghetti is one of those things where if we let him feed himself, he's gonna make a gigantic mess. So now the part that nobody likes, time to clean the kitchen. Now Michael and I usually take turns, so sometimes he'll do it, sometimes I'll do it. We just kind of go with whoever's the least exhausted for the day. But whoever's cleaning the kitchen, the other person has the kids. So since I clean the kitchen on this particular night, Michael is keeping the kids entertained in their room. Sometimes we'll go outside, water the grass, let the kids get a little fresh air. It all depends on how hot it is. But by now it's about 7:15, 7:30, which is bath time for the boys. And they take a bath together, which they just seem to absolutely love. It's a lot of fun when they both get to play in there. We each get one of the children dressed, because trying to get both of them dressed at the same time is a lot. But I have done it before on nights where Michael ran late at work or he had a business trip that he had to go on. After we get them dressed, Zachary gets a bottle and he drinks Nutramigen because he has a little bit of a milk allergy and he just hasn't outgrown it 110%. Something about regular formula just doesn't sit well with him. And then Connor gets juice, sometimes water, and a snack. Usually something sweet, but in this particular instance we gave him popcorn. He doesn't get a snack every night. It's just for nights where he did really a good job of eating that day. I try not to reward him with additional snacks if he didn't do a good job eating, but he did pretty good today, so he gets a snack. And sometimes me and Zach will join in. And Connor gets to pick the TV shows usually, because he's the only one who could talk out of the two. Right now his favorite is Team Umizoomi, so we usually get stuck watching that. I have DVR'd so many episodes, and I pretty much have all of them memorized by now. But it's nice to just sit down with the boys and relax where they're kind of occupied. Zach usually gets restless and kind of cranky, doesn't want to sit with us anymore, and that's how I know he's tired. His bedtime ranges between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, and I let him finish his bottle in his bed, which is not the best habit, but we're working on it. And he also gets a pacifier. Tuck him in, shut off his light, and then the little like glowing stars thing, he has like this little turtle light. And right now I'm getting ready to remove my makeup, so that was some Tarte Maracuja oil and then some Garnier makeup removing wipes. And then I'll usually join Connor because he gets to stay up a little bit later than Zach, probably like 45 minutes to an hour later than Zachary. So I'm removing my makeup with the makeup removing wipes, and since Connor's pretty much distracted and we had a full day of playtime and stuff, I really usually don't feel too guilty about using my phone in front of him at this point. I try not to make it a habit because I don't want to be one of those millennial parents where he's just used to seeing mom behind a camera or behind a phone or behind any kind of technology. So I try not to do it all the time, but I think it just kind of works for this instance. He's distracted, he's been satisfied and gotten a lot of attention for the day. So like I said, don't feel too bad about jumping on my phone here, and I'll just look through social media usually. This is me using the maracuja oil to remove my waterproof mascara, and sometimes I use it on my lips, like if I use a liquid lipstick or one of those like long-lasting lipsticks or a lip stain. This does a really good job, since it's pure oil, of removing anything like that. So like I said, Connor's bedtime now is between like 8:30, 8:45, 9 o'clock at the latest, and I didn't film too much of that because Zachary's already in there sleeping. But I usually lay down with him for a few seconds, give him some cuddles, and then tell him good night. And as soon as he is in bed, then we are free for the night, for the most part anyways. Michael usually jumps on and plays video games, and I'll usually sit at my desk. And every now and then I will put on a mask. This is the Freeman mask, or it's a Freeman mask. I bought it at Walgreens, and it's their Dead Sea Mineral Anti-Stress Mask. I can't say that it necessarily de-stresses me, but it helps me relax because it's a pretty color and it makes my face feel clean. So I put my masks on with foundation brushes. I don't know if that's weird, but I feel like I get a really even layer, and then my fingers aren't all gross and dirty. So I don't know if that's weird, but that's what I do. Once the mask is on, I jump on my computer, and if I haven't already done this by now, I do what every girl does at the end of the day. The bra is coming off. So now's the part of the day where I usually edit any videos. On this particular night, I didn't have anything to edit, so I'm just watching a little bit of Netflix, currently marathoning Private Practice, and then I'm just jumping on a bunch of websites, doing some banking, paying some bills, being a grown-up. Then it's time for me to jump in the shower, awkwardly. I am wearing some nude undergarments, so don't worry, you're not going to get any flashes or inappropriateness in this video. And that's where I wash off my mask, and then shampoo and conditioner. I use Herbal Essences line of Long-Term Relationship. I know it's made for long hair, and I don't have long hair, but can be bad for short hair, right? That, and it's one of the only lines of their Herbal Essences shampoos and conditioners that doesn't have oil in it. So if you watch my acne video, you know I can't use anything that has oil in it. And then this is the Clean Pore Cleanser from Neutrogena. That's my daily face wash that I use in the shower. Pat dry my face, and I usually wrap a towel around my head, but I've been using these weird little turban things lately. They are not the sexiest thing in the world, but they don't put so much pressure like on the roots of my hair, which was a problem that I was having before with just a normal towel. Moisturizing my face with some CeraVe nighttime moisturizer, oil-free. And then this is important, I set up my bottle station for the night. 3 2-ounce bottles, and then the formula next to it. I definitely don't use all of them. Usually Zach only wakes up once, but I'm just in case, man, because who the heck wants to walk all the way to the kitchen to get a bottle at midnight? Just saying. So me and Michael at this point usually lay in bed and we cuddle with each other. If we have a show that we're watching, which all of our shows are just on hiatus right now, then we usually watch that. If not, we're on our phones, we're playing games, we're talking about our day. And this is just kind of our like little us time. We say a prayer before bed and then finish off with a kiss. And of course, all the mushy gushy stuff, like I love you. We always fall asleep cuddling, but we end up like this. And that's it. Lights out.